Awana Mandani, my name is Chris O'Brien. Welcome to the segment. Today I've got a very, very special guest. His name's Teddy Portaminni from the Tiwi Islands. And check this out. He used to be my school teacher when I was 7 years old. Teddy.
Ahora, mamanta.
Hey guys, welcome to the segment. Today is going to be a fantastic show. I'm actually a little bit nervous, and I'll tell you why. In another time, a long time ago, my parents were missionary teachers on the Tiwi Islands, and myself and my three young brothers, we went and lived on the Tiwi Islands and lived amongst the Tiwi people. It was the most fabulous upbringing. It was extraordinary. Fast forward 45 years later, about 6 weeks ago, I ran into a man that I have not seen for a very, very long time. It was my school teacher back on the Tiwi Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce an extraordinary man, one of the elders on the Tiwi Islands, Mr. Teddy Portaminni. Awana.
Pupuni.
You Pupuni.
Wow.
Oh, you ulumani now.
Yes.
So what I said is he's got snowy hair. When I saw him, young fella, what were you? You were probably 25 or 26?
37, yeah.
And you were my school teacher. Was I a good student?
Wow, he was. A little bit.
Wasn't I?
Sometimes I never see you in the class. You was at bush.
I did enjoy my fishing and my hunting. Yes, I did. So it was hard to get me in school. Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. But have you been well?
Yes, I've been well myself. Wow.
Good. So listen, it is a great honour to see you. A long, long time, mate. A lot of things have changed. I had hair when you knew me. Your hair wasn't white either. But look, we're going to have a very different chat today. Obviously, this show is all about business in the Northern Territory, okay? And it doesn't get more authentic talking to someone that has spent his whole life in education and now has gone into tourism. So you've got your own tourism venture out on the Tiwi Islands.
Yes, at Wurumyanga now.
You're crazy.
I'm at Tarntipi.
You're at Tarntipi.
Tarntipi is where my grandfather and my father, they're buried there.
Yeah.
And I decided 5 years ago, I'll put start up my small business there.
Why tourism? I mean, you've spent 30 years. How long have you been a teacher?
30 years, yeah.
30 years as school teacher.
School teacher.
And so 30 years, you're meant to be retiring. Did you know that? That's what we do in the white culture?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Tiwi culture, you don't retire?
No. Keep going.
You keep going, I love it. So you've gone off. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 63 years old.
Hey, 63-year-old starting his own business in tourism. You're a brave man. So I actually know the place. I know the beach where you've actually started that tourism venture. It was the first beach that we went to as kids. Beautiful, beautiful place. So tell us about Tarntipi Bush Camp. What is it?
Tarntipi Bush Camp is about people coming in and experiencing Tiwi way of life. It's how my father and my grandfather, how they lived many, many years ago, before the mission started. They stayed at bush and...
They lived under the stars.
Yeah, what they did, each day, someone would go down to the mangrove, get yuli worm, mangrove worm,
Bush tucker?
Crab, bring them back, or we can go in the bush, get wallaby.
So you get people to come and they have that exact experience, correct?
Yes.
And so you being 30 years of teaching, I imagine you're going to look after them pretty well?
Yes, we look after the people once they're booked.
Yep.
We can feed them there, And, you know,
Do they get to eat bush tucker, or do you provide them, Kentucky Fried Chicken?
if they want to experience about bush tucker,
They can have a choice.
they can have a choice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. So basically, Teddy, so what happens is, obviously, it's a very, very unique experience. There's not many places that you can book a tour and come and live, I guess, the way that your grandfather did, completely in the bush under the stars. But I imagine there's tents and there's all those things that you look after people.
Yes.
I don't have to sort of live with the snakes, do I?
No.
Okay, so you're going to look after me. Yeah. Thousands of people are going to book tours now, okay? So of the camp, does your wife work in the business?
Yes, she does.
She does?
My wife and my kids,
Beautiful.
they're all grown up.
So it's a family business.
Yes.
It is. So who's the boss in the business, you or your wife? You're a smart man. You're very good. We know she's the boss. Now listen, so here's something that for me as a young teenager, I can remember when I was at school, Teddy, education was very different, and you were one of my teachers, and teaching was different. You used to take us out and you'd teach us how to hunt.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is hard to comprehend for a lot of people, but you would have, fresh wallaby.
Yes.
And you taught us in the same butchery, the way that we butcher a cow, you taught us how to butcher and cut the wallaby.
Cut the wallaby, yeah.
And then we'd go and learn how to do carving.
Carving, yes.
And it was an extraordinary experience for me as a kid. But the interesting thing for me is in Tiwi culture, you've got what they call the old people or the elders, and they really govern and sit over the community.
Yes.
Now, you're not that young man anymore. You're considered one of the elders.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the responsibility of an elder in an Indigenous community?
Well, my first and most important responsibility is making sure that the young people understand our culture, make sure they have it. Like dancing, they have to come to the dance,
As in ceremony dance?
Ceremony dance.
And does that happen?
Not much, not much.
Doesn't happen today much.
No, they have to get painted up, proper paint,
Yeah.
Where people properly put the lines in and so on.
I think you said to me, we just had lunch before, and you said that the kids these days want to go to a disco.
Yes.
Than not come to the proper elders
Proper
having
dance.
a ceremony.
No, they all go to the disco. We're saying, hey, our dance is during the day.
Yeah.
And we dance all day.
Yep.
There at that place.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to business. Somehow we got a little bit serious there. So, all right, here's a good question. Obviously running a business, you've had some big learning curves.
Yes.
Tell me, how has technology changed, interfered, distracted, promoted? Has technology been a good thing for Tiwi culture?
I don't think. I mean, there's some good, and most of it is bad because our kids, they love it. They don't.
They love it.
They don't come to us.
It's not just your kids, mate. It's kids right across the world.
They go to the technology and stay there for hours.
I'm very excited for you, okay? I really am. But I just can't believe the challenges that you're up against starting a business literally in the bush. You're 40 miles out of the township.
Yeah.
And the challenges are unbelievable. But one of the big challenges, you've had to learn about the tax man. Yeah. Tell me about the tax man. What do you think about him?
He's dealing with my money, must
Okay, good. So we're still on the same page, okay? Different cultures. Mate, who's your favourite football team?
Sydney.
Sydney Swans?
Sydney Swans.
You're kidding me. Who was it before that?
Before that was Collingwood, because I went to the school, where I went to school in Hamilton, that was their zone.
Yep.
And most of the students who went there, they play for Collingwood.
What about locally? Who's your favourite team up here?
Here, my team, Ranco Eagles.
Ranco Eagles, because you played for them.
I played
And
for
you won-
Irmru Football Club, Palmari. They had first grade colours.
That's right. And I remember you won the medal.
Yes, I won the Ted Whitten medal. 81.
Tell me, going back to those school teaching days, is there what you've been a teacher your whole life, Teddy. You obviously love it, and you've dedicated your whole life to teaching. What's some of the memories in there? What did you love about teaching?
Well, I used to study. When I studied at bachelor and I got my diploma, I was ready to go back home and just teach.
Yeah.
And because of the education I received early on in my school days, I was able to plan program and teach it.
Yeah.
Teach it well. Wow.
The thing that's amazing is that tonight you are graduating. Actually, tonight. You've been in Darwin studying for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're just about to graduate with a Bible class.
Yes.
Bible study.
Bible study, yeah.
And then I think in 2 weeks' time you're coming back into Darwin to help reinterpret the Bible in Tiwi, correct?
Yes.
You just don't stop.
Translating, yeah.
You don't stop. Mate, as you get old, you're meant to slow down. You know that.
I want to keep going.
You want to keep going. Oh, you're funny. Okay, Teddy, we're talking business,
Yep.
talking finance. How do your finances work with such, seasonality? Because you move your operation into town in the wet season, and then the dry season it flourishes. How does it all work?
Well, when we open during the dry, everything's all right. But during the wet, when everything is shut, sometimes I struggle with a little bit cash, so I just get enough to keep me going, keep me alive.
I've got to say, you're most like every other business in the Northern Territory that is subject to wet season, dry season, mate. We're all the same.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you enjoy about being the boss of your business? Actually, I know your wife is the boss, but what do you enjoy being the boss of your business? What do you enjoy?
Well, I enjoy showing people what's out there, and explaining about how we collect mangrove worm, how we collect the berries. Yeah, and if we're looking for possum, we got to look at the tree, the right tree that he climbed, a hollow tree, and we look for his tracks.
So you enjoy that teaching.
Yes.
It's in you. It's who you are.
Yes.
At Tarntipi Bush Camp, Teddy, I imagine it's pretty confronting for some people that have come out of Sydney. They hop on a plane and come over, and they're used to having their little lamb chop, beautifully cut, and now they're out totally in the bush with yourself, having an incredible, rich Indigenous experience. And part of that is probably catching some crabs or cutting up a wallaby. That's how you've lived for forever.
Yeah.
Is that too confronting for people?
For some, maybe for some, but I think, a lot of the people, what they pay to come out there and experience that, it's okay for them. No worries, no problem.
All right, so Teddy, we want to. If I give you one word to describe Tarntipi Bush Camp, what is it?
Well, it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Pupuni.
Pupuni.
Kwa.
Kwa pupuni, which means good.
Good.
Very good. Okay, so for those people that want to get in touch and book a tour, Teddy, how do they do it?
Book it to tarntipi.com.au.
Tarntipi.com.au. How do you spell Tarntipi for?
Tarntipi, TARNTIPI.
And so they can go there, they can book a tour, you'll pick them up off the plane or the barge.
We'll look after them.
And they'll get the most authentic Indigenous experience there is.
Yes.
Fantastic. You're booking me in, I hope.
What?
Absolutely. I'll try and come and be your white interpreter. Mate, when we went over to the island as kids, it was Bishop O'Loughlin, it was Brother Pye, Sister Ann Gardner, Father Tim Brennan. There's incredible people over the years that have come and given their lives to
Brother Ron Lilwall.
Brother Ron. They've given their lives to support the Tiwi people. Is there anyone that you look back over the years, it's a long time?
Long time, yeah.
That you go, wow, that person really impressed me, or they really taught you something?
Yeah, I remember Brother Howley. Brother Howley, he's the one
It's good. Would many people remember him today?
Yes,
They
yes.
do.
There's a lot of people that remember him. And also songs.
Yeah, right.
He used to play the piano. And we used to sing as a choir in the school.
Really?
Yeah.
So speaking of singing, you've got to sing a traditional Tiwi song for me. And if you do that, I'll try and remember the Tiwi song that you taught me when I was a kid. Mana?
Hang on.
Mana?
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that one. The one I remember is Ngawarengani amantemangi ngawakakarichui. I remember that. Ngawarengani amantemangi ngawakakarichui. Api ngaciri ngawatawanga pili ngawaramini. How'd I do?
Yeah.
Oh, palangari. Wow. I do remember just a little bit, but anyway. Hey, we're going to finish with 10, well, maybe not 10, but we're going to finish with some questions, all right? Here we go. And I try and do this to promote the Northern Territory, but in this instance, we're going to be promoting the Tiwi Islands. What's your favourite beach on the Tiwi Islands?
I got two places. Well, probably three.
You're only allowed one. Unbelievable. Okay, give you three. Go.
Well, first one is Kilimraka because I like that beach.
Beautiful
It's
beach.
long beach.
Beautiful beach. Yes.
Unspoiled.
Kilimraka.
We used to collect a lot of bottles, empty bottles from the ships.
Yep.
Kilimraka. Tudiangu,
Turiangu, where they get all the ochre.
that's where Auntie is buried. And that's my homeland too, a little bit.
Yep.
And Ranku, where I am now.
And Ranku.
Yeah.
All right. That was cheating. You took three. You only allowed one. Okay. What's your best fishing spot? You're bending the rules. You're my teacher, so you can.
My
Best fishing spot?
fishing spot everywhere.
Everywhere. I think everyone would actually agree with you. What's your favourite bush tucker?
Bush tucker.
Only one?
Only one.
Okay, only one.
Well, I'd say mud mussel, Chukaranga.
Mud mussels. Who's your favourite? Oh, you've told me who your favourite football team. It's not Collingwood. What about Tiwi artist, as in painter?
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago, my parents' favourite artist was Declan. Declan, he was amazing. But today, who's your favourite Tiwi artist?
My favourite artist is Cockatoo Man.
Cockatoo Man.
Tommy.
Okay, good. Do you like the dry season or the wet season, Teddy?
Well, I like the dry season because I can get bush tucker.
Hunting.
I can go hunting.
Good. Okay, and the best question of all: who's a better hunter, men or women? Come on. Your wife's watching.
Me.
Yeah. Before we sign off, I want you to look straight down the barrel and give everybody a warm welcome to come out to Tarntipi.
If you want to come out to Tarntipi, you're most welcome to come. Like I said, you can book through tarntipi.com.au, and once you come there, we'll look after you.
Beautiful. Come on. Look out, Ray Martin. He's coming. Here he comes. Hey, listen, this has been an absolute blast. I'm humbled. As a kid, mate, I remember you haven't changed one bit other than the snowy hair. And, you know, you're an absolute legend in the community, Teddy. You're an elder. My prayers, my thoughts that, your dreams of bringing your culture to the next generation happens. And I wish you the very, very best. And you've got to promise me that you let me and my family come over to Tarntipi. 100%.
Kwa.
Kwa. Numpangi Mantani.
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 Numpangi.
Numpangi. God, I've got to brush up on my Tiwi.